Hi, this is Scott, and this video is going to be about the INFP description and based on Myers-Briggs personality typing. Alright, so for the INFP, there's four main functions that the INFP has. And the first is introverted feeling, which is basically their internal sense of how they feel about things and what they believe is right or wrong. It's kind of like a moral compass that guides them and most of their decisions, and that's kind of more inward, so it's not as uh, expressed outwardly towards other people, so they might not see it as much as the INFP feels it. And second is extroverted intuition, or NE, which is seeing the outside world and seeing possibilities. This is what they use to take in information externally and kind of also kind of gives them like a offbeat sense of humor, like seeing the world from a different perspective than most people and being able to understand that and interpret that. So yeah, and that complements their introverted feeling. And third is introverted sensing, which is something that they develop. An INFP would develop a little bit later in life. Uh, Basically, it's wanting everything to sort of be the same, have a set routine in like in how things were before they were before. And next is extroverted thinking, which is something that the INFP isn't exactly strong at, but it's developed later in life, and it's wanting to organize the external environment outside of themselves, and this could show up a lot in like a work setting or a work environment where they're either managing people or have a task that they need to get done. So this might see itself more in an environment like that. Now for INFP strengths, strength of an INFP is that they are loyal and devoted. They're very close to their friends and family, and they will stand by them and back them up through pretty much anything that they go through. Um, and they can be fun and playful as well. Uh, they could, uh, they're real good at just making light of situations and not taking stuff too serious. However, on the other hand, there are periods that they go through where they can be very intense and serious about their feelings and their convictions. So, that kind of goes back and forth based on uh, what mood they're in or what environment they're in. And they're also very good at building others up and encouraging others and kind of making them feel good about themselves. It's just something that comes naturally to the INFP, and they have a strong desire to fulfill their idealism of where they want things to go and what they believe is the best way that things should be played out. However, each type has their own weaknesses, and uh, INFPs have a couple that sometimes can uh, rear their head. One is that they can react pretty emotionally. INFP could, you know, um, get caught up in the moment and not be able to separate their feelings from maybe a more logical solution to the situations. If their feelings are hurt, they may just react very emotionally at first, and this could, um, confuse some other people that might not understand that. And they have can have an extreme dislike of criticism. Any type obviously does not particularly enjoy criticism, but INFPs could have a tendency to take it more personally than some others and see it as a personal attack on them when someone's maybe just trying to suggest a way to help constructive criticism. But um, yeah, that's just something that INFPs might deal with. Also, they tend to blame themselves a lot for a situation that the situation might not even be their fault, but they have a tendency to always think that it could be a reason, because of something they did, because the INFPs are very idealistic, that can cause some problems. And also, they were often avoid conflict. This could cause some problems, whereas if someone is very direct and wants a straight on answer, um, INFPs might be more of a peacekeeper type, and they might, avoid the conflict and avoid causing an argument. And while this is a good trait, at times it could also cause problems with, just it can't be healthy to bottle up all the emotions at all the time, and that could kind of stress out the INFP after a while. And speaking of stress, when an INFP is under stress, they do have a tendency to want to withdraw from the situation and kind of go back into their introverted feeling mode, which is their strength, and that can kind of cause them to shut out the external world, which can cause some conflicts with other people. Uh, and another problem that could cause a lot of stress for INFPs is if they're split between their code of ethics and their relationship with others. This could cause them to become very stressed out because they're by nature kind of a people pleaser, but at the same time they have strong convictions that they believe is the right way. So when those two kind of start pulling away from each other, it can cause them to feel very disconnected with who they are and their own self-identity, because, like I said, INFPs want to stay true to who they are, but they also want to be accommodating. So yeah, you could see how that could be a problem. And communicate indirectly and abstractly. This is kind of a problem that INFPs could have. They might, be indirect about what they're saying, and kind of be more, have a symbolic interpretation of other people's thoughts and feelings, and this could cause problems with people that are more direct and more want a straight answer, and the INFP might beat around the bush a little bit when it can cause some communication issues with other people looking for a more direct form of communication. And then for INFP growth and jobs, I actually have a couple free reports on this, and that I wrote out some good INFP jobs that are perfect for their career and their personality. And I also have a free report on how to grow as an INFP and how to become more, uh, you know, focus on your strengths and develop more as a person. And if you want to find those out, I encourage you to go to personalitygrowth.com/INFP. You could also visit the link that's in the description below. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. All right, thanks.